Okay. Welcome to the channel. I know I haven't been talking about House of the Dragon, but I honestly I came into this halfway through the season, so I wanted to see Games of Thrones before I got into House of the Dragon and then I got into House of the Dragon and then I was like, "What? Insane show." Okay. So the finale just aired. All I keep thinking about is how much time it's going to take for us to see season 3. And no spoilers here because I don't want to talk about all the things, but holiness. That episode was quite the setup for season 3. And it's just going to be all out war. Season 3 is just going to be all out war. And there were a lot of really great moments, a lot of really great finishes to arcs, or at least to the journey that some of these characters have gone through in season 2. Obviously, Damon, the way that arc ended was so beautifully done. Listen, I was a little annoyed all season because he was stuck in Harrenhal, and I was like, "Yo, like the payoff needs to be so massive for this to be so drawn out, this plot to be so drawn out with him." And that's all that honestly kept me hanging on because I was over it. I was over his stint there and I wanted him to get over his shit. And so, but the payoff was so well done. And that's all I'll say. Oh my gosh, there's so many great moments. One that I really enjoyed watching and halfway was annoyed watching was Allison and how last week's episode where she basically said peace out and decided to take a vacation. Seeing the result of her time out, her giving herself some time to get away from it all, and seeing the result of that in this episode and the finale, the way that it was set up was so good. So good and so heartbreaking. And that scene between her and Rhaenyra at the end, I don't think I breathed through that. Like, remember when it was over? I was like, Issa, you need to breathe. Like, take a breath. I found myself not taking a breath actually in several instances in this finale, but that was one that I mean, Emmy. That's all I gotta say. Emmy. Like the way they played that scene was so good. I will say this. Looking back on this whole season, I love what Emma Darcy said about what the engine is with this season, and it's this idea of grief and what it does to people and how it's a driving force in the season. And then in the finale we get a scene with these two, and it's a son for a son, and that's all I'll say. But that phrase came up, and it just reminded me of how this season started off with Rhaenyra mourning her son, searching for him, and spent the whole first episode doing that, and that had only one line in that entire episode, and just carried so much of that loss, and started off this season and how it has catapulted. And I just love how it kind of is full circle a bit, and for these two and for Alicent. And so I it was just well written. This season was really well written, and I'm happy with it. I want more. I want more. Yeah, just so many great moments. Gosh, I don't want to spoil anything because I just don't, but go ahead and sound off in the comments. I'm leaving them open. I don't even know. I can't. I'm literally like just all I keep thinking about is how much time there's going to be between now and season 3. But I wish I could do what I was able to do with Games of Thrones, which was just binge the whole show in one weekend. Like, cuz the waiting is just brutal. Like, waiting is brutal. And so hopefully between now and then we'll have another series, another spin-off coming out with HBO, which I think it's supposed to happen next year. I'm not sure which one. I need to look at it, but I'm guessing there's one coming out. You guys let me know. I have so much more to say about this whole episode, but I don't want to spoil it. So this is the spoiler free thoughts. It was fantastic. This season was fantastic. Yeah, there were some points where I just thought, man, overall they do a fantastic job. This crew, the writers, the actors, they just do a really fantastic job, and I am so glad because honestly, I can't do life without this in my life. This show. Anything Games of Thrones related, I don't know that I could do life without it. So I am forever grateful that HBO has taken on the task of giving us content in this realm. And so thank you, HBO, but also can we rush the time in between seasons because it's brutal. It's brutal. So make sure you subscribe and like this video and please comment. I'd love to know your thoughts. Until next time.